Landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess, and of all the videos I've made, this is one of them. But for the last week, I've been carrying the Oknife Gaur. And this one was definitely special to me. I've been waiting on this for a while and edging and edging and edging because I've been going through the backlog of stuff from about the time Temugeddon happened. Been chewing through that, and I finally hit the point where it was time to carry this. Now, let's take a look at what we've got. And first and foremost, and the most important thing, is the pocket clip is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. You've got this paper micarta for the scales. You got a flipper tab, so let's flick the bean. And you got a 3.82-inch D2 steel blade. And this micarta is an interesting case. That's the first thing that grabbed me when I took this thing out of the box. It's got some gloss to it, but it feels almost rubberized, and that's just the nature of this micarta. It's the same micarta, or the same kind of micarta, I believe, that's on the CRKT Ritual, and this stuff is just super nice. Like, I really dig the vibe on this, and, you know, I don't see stuff like this often enough in my price range, at least. I'd love to see more of this micarta on things. And, so this thing, I believe, retails for $65-ish. I caught it on sale for $14.95, and then I burned off some Amazon points to bring it down to $14.77. So I got a really good deal on this thing, guys. And, oh yeah, it is on ball bearings. Watch this. Nice guillotine right there. So wonderful. And, so it might surprise you to know that I really didn't carry this in the waistband for my week. I tried for about a day and a half or so, but the dingus end right here, the way it's shaped, there's nowhere for me to grab to pull it out of the waistband. Now I'm reaching back there, digging around, like I can pinch here and not quite get it. I can grab here and it takes some work, but I can get it out of there. But the dingus in here made it pretty much impossible to carry in the waistband, so I put it in the pocket. And in the pocket it did great. You know, the problem I have with stuff in the pocket is it makes it really hard with a knife in there to dig around in there and get a big old wad of keys or anything else that's under the wad of keys. This one did better than the rest of the handful of knives I've carried in the pocket like that. Like, this did really good, and I think it's mostly because it's quite thin for a pocket slab like this, and everything's contoured pretty nicely. You know, it worked out really well. And one other thing to note is this white micarta, it picks up dirt, and when it gets in there, you're never getting it back out. I got lucky. One of the pallets that came into work was half crushed because the warehouse... whoever's stacking those pallets must have had their phone in one hand watching their mom's OnlyFans while they were throwing stuff on there. And something in there was covered in, like, axle grease. Like, really, really filthy grease. It got all over my hands, and it was all over this, and I cleaned it, and I had to clean it about 6 times because, more grease kept happening. But I still ended up with, let's see if we can see it here, some stains here and stains here that just did not come out. You know, I got some denatured alcohol, I got it on a rag, and I cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it this morning to try to get it done before the video happened, and it's not coming out. It's never coming out. But, you know, it's again, like, the first time it happened, I was like, because this thing looks so nice, I don't want to tear it up. However, now, I just carried it and worked with it. Like, screw it, key scratch it up, don't care. You know, it's already been stained, the seal's been broken. So, I will say, like, this was a treat to carry. I loved having it on me. The factory edge, fantastic. You know, and this is the factory edge that I'm talking about. Like when I was complaining about Kaiser's factory edge could be better. Like, this is a fantastic factory edge. And you know, I used it on the plastic wrap on pallets, and it did exactly what I like out of a factory edge. You know, we got down to that last layer, and it blew through it like I was cutting water. Like, almost no resistance. You can see here. Like, I made it through so many cuts and finally failed one. You know, this thing is fantastic. You know, and this is the factory edge I've gotten used to, and that's kind of what I'm striving for with my own sharpening. And, you know, while I'm trying to learn hand sharpening, that's kind of what I'm going for there. Is that kind of quality, because that makes life so much nicer when you have that kind of an edge on a knife that you're carrying. Like, it works. And, of course, comfort in the hand is fantastic. The ergos are great on this. You can see I've got some dingus end hanging out here and some dingus end hanging out here. Like, this is a big boy. I think closed it's a hair over 5 inches. And of course you got this nice choil for choking up, which I'm never going to use in the environment I'm in, but it's nice to have. And, you know, I love this thing. I absolutely love this thing. Like you guys know, I love my pocket slabs. I love my pocket cleavers. This is one of the best that I've found. Like, you know, I love my Civivi Mastodon and Bull Mastiff, and the Bull Mastiff carries well. It's a smaller, more practical pocket cleaver. And of course, the I like this a bit more than the Kaiser Sheepdog XL just because this carries easier. It's close to the same size. It's a hair smaller, but this is just so much easier to deal with day in and day out. The Artisan Proponent, this just barely edges the Proponent out just because, again, easier to carry, more practical, it's more useful, and I don't have to struggle with it as much. I wish I could have it tucked in the waistband, but even though I can't, it carries well enough in the pocket that, you know, like this makes sense in the pocket, and the pocket carry is a lot easier to deal with than the waistband carry. But, you know, I'm fishing stuff out of my pocket fairly regularly, so I don't like to do that unless I'm forced to. But this also means if you have it in your pocket, it's going to carry, it's going to be nice, and you're probably going to absolutely love it. I will say on Amazon, they're not available right now. I don't know if they're just temporarily out of stock. I doubt they'd be discontinued. So I won't have a link for you for that, but check your favorite sources and see if they have one, if this interests you. And if you like stuff like this, it really should interest you. Like this thing, it's about a 9.5 out of 10. Like this is bordering on perfect for a pocket cleaver and a daily carry pocket cleaver. And you'll still get a bit of shock value. And as nice as this thing is and as nice as it looks, you can go, hey man, check this out. And you're going to get a good reaction. Like I do like showing this one off. They did a very cool thing here. They did a very cool thing with this design and combining it with this white micarta and the blue pivot pin. Fantastic. I would have loved the pocket clip to match the pin. That would have been, oh, so good. But, you know, it's still a solid pocket clip. You got good retention. The dingus end is raised just enough that it does catch easily. It stays in place. And, you know, good retention strength. So overall, this thing did fantastic, and it's going to greatly sadden me to have to throw this in the pile and move on to the next one. And of course, the next one was like a $14 knife that I haven't carried. It's been sitting around gathering dust for a while. So that's going to be a step back into the dirt cheap stuff. And then up next is going to be, after that, go through whatever I get at Blade Show, which I'm looking forward to going to Blade Show. And no, I hate to say it, but I'm not going to have video of it this year. I'm not set up to do anything besides like keep posting 3 or 4 minute clips over and over again, and I'd rather just focus on enjoying Blade Show, checking stuff out, and hanging out with my friends. Maybe next year, if the channel grows enough to justify getting editing equipment and all that, I will be taking a look at that. But for this one, no. Now at Blade Show, I'm looking forward to maybe seeing Will Stelter do his Mastersmith test. Looking forward to trying to find Bees Blades and say hi. Gonna try to find Outdoors 55, say hi. You know, find me a few people, you know, kind of shake hands, kiss babies, all that stuff. And like I said, I'm going to focus on enjoying myself. I'll be there Friday and I'll be there Sunday. I don't have a ride on Saturday, but, you know, if any of y'all are there and you're interested in seeing me, look for the tattoo of the channel logo on my arm. It's not that hard to spot, and say hi. I doubt my channel's big enough for that to happen, but if it does, it'll make my day. So, like I said, this thing is fantastic. I can't really find much of anything wrong with it outside of it's hard to use in the waistband, and that is not a big deal because it makes up for it with being an easy carry in the pocket. As far as pocket cleavers and pocket slabs go, this is what everyone should be shooting for. Like this, the Proponent, fantastic. Love everything about it. This edges it out just on being more practical and easier to carry. You know, and the only reason it beats the Bull Mastiff is it's a bit larger, and I like showing this off a lot more. It's a bigger pocket slab, but it carries right about as well, right about as easy. So, you know, it's bordering on my favorite pocket slab overall. You know, I still love all the rest of them, but, oh, this thing is special. So, you know, like I said, if you're thinking about a pocket slab and you're looking for a big pocket cleaver, a little oversized, a little overbuilt, this is where you want to go. This or the Proponent. But all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. Y'all are still coming in, and I have to say I appreciate it every video. And it is fantastic and humbling that you guys watch this and get something out of it. Again, I appreciate it so much. Comments, I love some feedback. If you got one of these, let me know what you think about it, or if you're interested in getting one, or anything else as always. But all that being said, Y'all have a nice day.